Hey Craftsman crew and other viewers, got another yarn coming at you today. This one's volume 13, Yarns by the Craftsman. This was inspired by a conversation I had with my cousin Tristan the other day on Messenger, and he reminded me of a story about my father. He's passed away now, but he was a pretty funny guy himself, and Tristan reminded me, well actually he didn't remind me of it, it was a story I didn't know, but that reminded me of a couple other little stories. But yeah, so Tristan, you get the credit for your part of the story you told me, and I'm going to tell a couple little small other ones because each one isn't very long. So it all starts out, it's about my father being petrified of snakes. So it all started way back when, or for me, it started around a long time back there when he was a kid. He was hunting snakes with some cousins of his there, and somebody threw a rock at one and the guts splattered out of it up and hit him in the mouth. So he's hated snakes ever since. So anyway, back when I was in way back in elementary school, maybe like grade 1 or 2, we used to go to school and trade toys and stuff, and we'd carry them around our lunch kits. And so anyway, I had brought my lunch kit home that day, and I had traded some little toy I had took to school with me for a rubber snake. And I didn't know Dad was scared of snakes, so Mom was cleaned up my lunch kit there while we were eating supper, and she kind of got startled and and kind of flipped up the rubber snake, and it dropped on the floor. So anyway, Dad seen it, and he got mad. He pushed himself back from the table. He said, "Man, you can't even eat around here." He said, "You ever bring home something like that again," he said, "you're in a lot of trouble." So anyways, that was how I found out he was scared of snakes. So then fast forward a bunch of years, I'm probably in mid high school somewhere, probably around grade 8 or 9. I was doing a lot of the mowing, but this one day I come home from school. This was before Dad got sick, so he was able to do it himself. I come home from school, he had cut all kinds of patches in the yard, and there were figure-8s and circles and stuff. I said to Dad, I said, "What, were you drunk? You was mowing this afternoon?" He said, "No," he said, "there was a big serpent." He said, that's what he called it. So anyway, he said, "The big serpent out there in the yard." He said, "Go out and get it and throw it away." He said, because he knew I wasn't scared of snakes or anything. So I went out, sure enough. There was a snake body, but it was only like a little 10-12 inch green garter snake. So anyway, I went out, grabbed it up, threw it out in the woods and get rid of it. But it was pretty funny. He'd called it a big serpent, and it was just a little tiny thing. But so anyway, this now is on to the part that Tristan told me. This was after I would have moved out. Tristan used to spend a lot of time coming up. They only lived next door. He spent a lot of time with Dad there. After Dad was sick, he was home all the time. So he, I might have said earlier there that he passed from cancer, but he lived for a few years, like, and had pretty good years before he actually succumbed to it there. So he stayed home and stopped fishing. He was a fisherman all his life, and he took up like gardening, and he was one of these guys that anything he tackled, he conquered it. So he was good at gardening. He done painting and carving boats, and like if you watch back in my little bit of a art review of his I done there, you could see some of his paintings, but he used to do all kinds of different things. So anyway, Tristan told me a yarn the other morning on Messenger that he said he was coming home from school one day and he heard gunshots as he got off the bus. Sounded like they was up by Dad. So he come up he come up to see what was going on. He said, your father was out in the yard, he said, shooting the shotgun at the ground. And he said, and you know how particular your father was, like with his yard and gardens and stuff. He said, for him to be shooting in the yard, he said, I knew it must have been something pretty serious. So he said, I went over, he said, what are you doing, Gordon? He said, he said, man, he said, there's a big snake out here somewhere. He said, I've been trying to get it now for quite some time. Tristan said he must have shot off 6 or 7 shotgun shells, and he still never got the snake. It slithered off somewhere in the woods, and he never found it, man. Anyway, he told me that the other morning on the messenger there. It just reminded me of those other 2 little stories there. So, but anyway, yeah, I hope you like this one. I know it was funny for me to relive those couple parts of the stories there that I remembered, and then for Tristan to add to it there, it was really good. So thanks for the memory, Tristan, and you get the credit for bringing this one to my mind. So once again, shout out to Tristan. And yeah, so anyway, remember, if you can't laugh with me, laugh at me, but keep laughing. Craftsman out. Have a nice day. Hey all, Craftsman here. If you like this video, please remember to like, share with all your friends, and even comment. It helps the channel a lot. And if you'd like to become a member of the Craftsman crew, it doesn't cost you a cent. Just hit that subscribe button. And remember, if you can't laugh with me, laugh at me, but keep laughing. Have a nice day.